Jambo. Kwa majina mimi naitwa Pius Mugusu Simeon. Leo tuko hapa kwa kutangaza azma yangu ya kusimama kama senator Nairobi kwa hiyo uchaguzi ambao unakuja 2027. Mimi ni Mkenya, nimezaliwa huko upande ya Kisii miaka kama 55 years ago. Nimesoma shule, nikatoka hapo nikaenda kufanya kazi na nyuki upande ya Kenya Wildlife. Nikitoka upande ya Kenya Wildlife nikakuja Nairobi. Nairobi imekuwa makao yangu ya pili, maana nimekaa Nairobi kwa miaka 30 sasa. Mimi ni kiongozi wa jamii. Kwanza kabisa tunaanza kusema kwamba tuna support azma ya ndugu yetu Matiangi. Kwa hiyo nafasi ameonelea vyema ya kusimama urais wa nchi ya Kenya. Mimi kama Pius ninamuunga mkono kwa hiyo azma yake, alafu tutashirikiana pamoja. Mimi nimekaa Nairobi, nimefanya kazi ya bank kama 32 years now consecutively. Mimi ni mzazi, mimi ni baba, mimi ni grandfather. 2013, 2012 tulianza movement ya kuunganisha jamii yetu ya Wakisii wale wanaishi Nairobi. Tukazungumzia hao wote kwa Nairobi County. Bila mnajua Nairobi County has got 85 wards. Tukaanza movement ilikuwa inaitwa Manyora. Hiyo movement ilitupatia matokeo, tukapata viongozi kama MCS wenye walikuwa elected wa county ya Nairobi. Walikuwa 5 in number, na Mheshimiwa Simbarati, His Excellency now the Governor of Kisii County, akakuwa one of the MPs elected in Nairobi County. Mimi nimekuwa kwa shughuli ya kuemphasize na kumobilize community, kuwafundisha maneno ya umoja, maneno ya kufanya kazi pamoja. So far from 2012 to date, tumemanage kuform groups, self-help groups kama 302 now. Tuko na CPOs ndani, tuko na women groups, tuko na young mothers, tuko na single mothers. All these groups, they are all scattered in the whole of Nairobi County. Na tumekuwa hapo na hiyo ujuzi ya kusema kwamba we are ready to serve the Nairobians in the same capacity as leaders of the community. But in this regard, I'm going for the secretarial seat in Nairobi County. We are going to serve every Nairobian in the equal measure, because we know the challenges the Nairobians are facing, we know the problems, we know how people are struggling, all Kenyans of all walks who are living in Nairobi, the way they've been struggling, and we want to tell them here categorically that we know all the 85 wards in Nairobi. We know the challenges, we know what they go through every day. So as for me, for my candidature, my priorities will be 3. I will be prioritizing this one from the health perspective. We have issues with health. We have problems in health sector. Some of the hospitals in Nairobi are at level 2, level 3, level 4, and that is where you get that the most of the traffic is. I will be mobilizing the county government and the national government for the exclusive service delivery to the people of Nairobi. I'm not coming on a tribal basis. I'm just vying as a leader in Nairobi who has been in leadership since 2012, 2013 to date. We know where all these our people in Nairobi live, all the slum areas, all the estates. We have been seeing problems with water, problems with drainage, problems with garbage, dumping. When the environment is polluted, what you get is people will be sick, children will be sick. I think the Nairobi County is doing a good job, but it needs to do more, because we could see they are just closing down most of the dumping areas. So my emphasis will be working on a healthy basis. As a senator, our role is just to oversight, but lobbying has to be done in a different level. What I'm bringing different to the leadership of Nairobi, what has not been there, is the link between the electorate and their leaders. Most of the time you get that to access leaders who have been elected by the electorate becomes a problem. But what I'm bringing is the community, the electorate, next to the door of the leaders. Why I will be one of the leaders who will be mobilizing our people, who will be mobilizing for resources, working together in units so that the service delivery is given an equal opportunity to every Nairobian who is living in Nairobi, who is working in Nairobi, so that at least we know that the service delivery to the last person who is living in the county has got maybe a level playing field for businesses, for opportunities. We have so many matters. We have single mothers, we have orphans, we have our young people who have gone to school, who have gone to college. We want to create a link where we get them, we talk to them, we nurture them. I'm not a young person, as you can see, but what I'm bringing on board is the experience that I've gained for the 23 years I've been in banking. And as you know, in banking, you must be an honest person. When you are doing anything in banking, you must be a smart person, somebody who has gone to school also. So the experience I have from banking is what I'm bringing. That is the difference I'm bringing to the people of Nairobians. I want to say this on this platform, that going forward, I will be traversing. I will be traversing Nairobi County, all the 85 wards and the 17 constituencies to meet my people, those areas that I've not been able to go. Because so far I've done a lot in Nairobi County. For the 31 years I've lived, I have the experience. I know. Even when the floods come, I know where flooding is taking place. I know how houses are washed away, how our people are suffering around these areas. This is the experience I'm bringing on board. I'm not a newcomer in Nairobi. I've worked here in Nairobi. My kids go to school in Nairobi. Some of them have graduated. And I'm also a businessman right now. Currently, I'm a small businessman working in Nairobi. So I know every group. We have women groups, we have youth groups, we have circles. I know the problems they go through. So I will be an accessible leader who will be working with other leaders to make sure that the common mwananchi gets the service they serve and they need.
We have seen in Igusi land, Matiangi was there. Do you think Matiangi did the right thing by going for a meeting in Igusi land?
Matiangi did a good thing as a Kenyan. He has all the rights. He has all the rights. He can contest. He can do, like me, I can contest my seat. Because the constitution allows that any Kenyan who is willing can do it. Matiangi, what he did was just to mobilize his people. You have to start from home. You have to talk to your people. You have to talk to your parents first. And I agree. Tell them what a journey that I'm going, because this journey needs everybody. It is not about Matiangi himself, but as a leader, you have also to show that you have your base. Where are you coming from? Like me, now my second home is in Nairobi. I come from Kisiland, but I'm contesting in Nairobi, not like saying I'm a political party or I'm coming with our tribe's card, but I'm coming as a leader. I'm offering myself, my candidature, with the people of Nairobi, whom we have worked with and whom we live with. We have the same challenges we are experiencing every day. How do we come together? How do we solve them together?
And we saw Mr. President was being kicked with a shoe when he was mobilizing. And people are saying that Matiangi sent his men to do so. Do you think it was a right thing for people to blame Matiangi?
No, you see, politics is dynamic. You can't blame a candidate because, you have no evidence that Matiangi may have arranged for the shoe to be thrown. These are public rally. And public rally, people have different intentions. Security was there and everything was there. We condemn that one, or whoever did another one, because at the head of state, the head of state is a symbol of unity. This is maybe some other boys, some other young boys who are misadvised or who took a very wrong decision, but that should be not the case, and we should not blame any leader on the same, because that was what he was supposed to be.
And as we go to governance seat, we see Babu Owino and Mr. Sakaja. All of them, they want a seat in 2027, a governance seat. Who do you think will get the seat?
The decision will be made on the ballot. We can do the campaigns. We can do the campaigns all over every corner of this country, every corner of the county. So the candidates will be chosen by the electorate. And when it comes to the time of saying who is maybe like now we have 2 years and a half to, we can't know exactly what the electorate will decide. Because like Kenyan politics, today you might hear somebody saying I'm going for this seat, like I'm declaring my candidature today. There are those who will support me, there are those who will not support me. Then it will be at all order for you to know now if Babu Owino or Honorable Sakaja who will make it. But we will wait and see what will happen at that time.
And also, you're saying you want to vie for a Senate seat. Utatumia chama chipi?
Currently what we are saying, we want to ask for people to support us. The party time, because there are so many parties which are coming up. We have old parties. I've not joined any party, but by the time I have completed my 2 years from now, I will have decided which party I will come with. Because you know, in every election cycle in Nairobi, in town, in Kenya, every party always changes. But we will look and see which party we can share with the same manifesto when I be releasing my manifesto, and then again when I be releasing my campaign, when I will launch my campaign. By that time, I'll have settled on 1 or 2 parties, and then I will make it public for people to know which party I will stand in for.
If I may ask, some of the individuals could maybe be in a dilemma whereby they do say that Matiangi is not one of the best choices that they can use, maybe to go in a competition with President William Ruto. What can you say about that?
The best candidate is always declared when you have won the votes.
Yes.
When you are playing football, you have 2 teams. When they play, you don't even know the results until the 90 minutes. So for those, that is their rightful opinion. For those who say Matiangi is not the right candidate, for those who say Matiangi is the right candidate, this is a competition whereby everybody is allowed to compete, and then we can also watch. What we are always asking is that we have peaceful campaigns across the board. So whoever wants to choose Matiangi, you choose. Whoever wants to choose the president, whoever, and then we will be having more candidates coming in, presidential candidates. So we don't know who will be the best, but the best will be declared when the elections are ahead.
And as for you, as the senator, what are you preparing for yourself to give to the people of Nairobi?
My friend, the elections and the election cycle in Nairobi, in Kenya, what we have seen is that leaders, once they are elected, they just get lost. The electorate is left there. There is a mismatch. There is a link which is missing, because the electorate sometimes it becomes difficult to get their leaders to account them for, to ask for them, to even share the problems that undermine. So what I'm bringing on board different is I will be the link between the electorate and the leaders. Of course, I will be one of the leaders. I'll bring the community in Nairobi, the Nairobians, to see that we mobilize our leadership, and then again we pay more attention to the people on the ground. Because that is what they say, that unasikiza ground inasema nini. But if you are elected, then you disappear from your areas. Then sasa ikifika wakati ile nakaribia kuenda wakati wa kura, ndio unasema can I go to my ground? That is the link I want to close, so that we have service delivery, equal service delivery, equal representation of the people of Kenya.
And I know people may ask, why did you choose to stand in Nairobi without going to Gusii land?
As a leader, you don't have to close yourself to where you come from. As a leader, you don't have to start from maybe your small village. As a leader, if you think you can serve the people, offer your services, offer your candidature to anybody, even if you live in America. We have people who are living in America, in diaspora, wherever they are, they go for competitive seats. They don't have to come to Kenya and say, maybe I come from Western, I come from Kikuyu land. They ask, they vie for wherever they are, and that's what I'm doing. As a leader, come out, say you are ready to serve, and ask the electorate to consider your candidature.
At some point, they do say that right now the government is not at some point maybe working in according to the expectation of people. What do you really think maybe is causing all of this? Because some of the individuals had many expectations according to the manifesto that they were given during the campaigns before 2022, during the 2022 elections maybe. What can you say about that? Is it maybe because the government, the current government right now ilikumbana na mambo mengi yenye maybe the former government iliacha yakiwa pending, ama maybe ni ufisadi kulingana vile watu wanasema?
There are 2 things to that effect. When the campaigns were being done, people promised a lot of things. There was so many promises which were done, and some were not practically imagined, because there are things that at least will be achieved within the span of 5 years, and whatever was promised. So when the electorate feels that all these promises have not been fulfilled, that is where now the complaint comes from. And then again, there is always the budgeting and the corruption, because corruption takes a lot of money, money is lost to wrong pots, so that now the projects which have been promised to be implemented, they are not done because there are no funds. But I think given with time, there are some projects which can be at least achieved, and then again move forward. Some of these projects will be done the second term, maybe of this regime or the next regime which is coming in.
This will be my last question to you. We have seen that Charles Ogondo has died, and what people are commenting about him, it's actually not China. They are just happy. What do you think about him?
As a member of parliament, as a leader who was elected by the people, and as a human being, nobody is supposed to lose his life or her life at the end of the circumstances unless it's an accident. But if it is unavoidable, if it can be avoided, we don't need to lose anybody. Even if it's a child of 3 days, we don't need to lose a life, because this is a life given by God. So for those who are commenting against or whatever, still it doesn't work, because we have lost a life. Even if we fight over the same, right now, we can't bring him back. But I condemn that exercise. But because of the agencies which are there to deal with such criminals, such people, such wrong-minded people, they better be arrested so that they face the full force of the law.
But as we see, the MPs, they are actually saying that he was a good person and he did a good job as an MP. But when it comes to Kenyan people, they're saying he was not a good person. He was a...
As far as people have got their own opinions, anybody, whether it's you, whether it is me, there is 30% of people who say you are a good person or you're not a good person. Remember, when you are a leader, you are just like a mirror of the community. There are those who will say you did a very good job, and there are those who will disagree. But what I'm disagreeing is nobody has got a right to take anybody's life.
Excuse me, sir. Mimi niko na maswali mengi, sijui kama utakuwa impatient, but I'll just ask. Yes. I want to maybe to bring you back to the issue whereby the Senate. Many people, okay, many leaders who are senators maybe in the country right now, they are facing some of the challenges that maybe at some point the Kenyans, in fact the public is at some point could come with a judgment that their leaders from their regions, they are not working, whereby even somebody anaweza kauliza wakati huyu alikuwa senator alifanya nini, alisaidia kina nani. What can you maybe say about that? Because some of the individuals do need to see magic. Na wakumbuke kwamba like the senators, and at some point they do have their own responsibilities in their offices.
The Senate, what we need to remember is that there is no allocation for the senators. The senators are just there to supervise and see the allocations of all these monies is done the right way. So if we don't have a serious mobilization, if the senators don't mobilize their colleagues, and then they look like now, I'm intending when I come to the Senate, God willing, we will have to bring a bill. That bill which will have to allocate money to the senators. Remember, senators are also elected by the people. So when the senator goes to his electorate, they will always ask, what have you done for us? He doesn't have money, she doesn't have money allocated, he doesn't have a kit. But remember, the MPs who make the laws, they have got allocations allocated to them. So it becomes like the senators can make a lot of noise, but there are no allocation, just like you have your gun and you have no bullet. So if this can change, if we can get some senators of like-minded and we bring a bill, and remember that bill has to go through parliament, and parliament has to approve it. So it's just like fighting now against the resources and fighting about the supremacy of the state.
To this point of security matters, when Fred Matiangi alikuwa internal security, there are some of the achievements that he could achieve. And at some point, people could say that he won't make a good leader because he has got many scandals that at some point could maybe disqualify that. You maybe as an incoming senator, what can you really maybe tell people or request people to focus on when it comes to choosing leaders and maybe any other aspect that they could consider before voting?
Any person, this time this election we are going, remember we have now the young generation, the Gen Z, most of these people who are going to vote. First, we want to request them to take their votes, to take their IDs and get their votes. That is the final place. That is where we will rest. Then choose leaders as per the performance. Okay, some of the leaders who are coming in, they might ask, okay, where have you been? What have you done? Why are we electing you on what basis? Check. Nowadays there is everything. like not just come. Even if you are an assistant chief, when you are looking for a position, people will be able to know what you did. Matiangi is a human being. If Matiangi messed during his time, if people have got the evidence, nobody is above the law. He can be arrested, he can be jailed, he can be accused, but as of now, those are accusations because then you have to prove before the court of law. Then people can know you messed this one, you did. But at least what we have said is all the scandals in our country. First of all, even the country now, even if the problems we are experiencing, most of these problems, this is we have participated. The ordinary Kenyans, we have participated. Because sometimes when it comes to the time of voting, you get that we elect leaders whom we have no track record. Then from there now, when they resume to the offices, we start blaming ourselves and saying, nani alichagua huyu, nani alichagua. But you elected these people. They never came from nowhere. They don't come from the moon. Check, scrutinize the person, scrutinize the candidate, get contended, get convinced, then elect the person.
I have a question. Oh, how do you tell Kenyans who always think that the rights, like they have the notion that the right party, like the Jubilee government, there were two parties, right? So they favored Jubilee, like all the candidates who are in Jubilee, they all won. So how do you make sure that you'll choose the right party?
It is because of the movements in Kenya. When every election cycle is done, there is a new thing coming in. So when Jubilee came in, when they did their mobilization, people thought now this is the right one, and that is how they got it. Like now, even we are expecting to see more coalitions coming up. There will be those coalitions which are very powerful, and those who will just be aligning themselves to that, they will also get elected. But the first thing I'm just saying, all Kenyans, we ask you before you elect anybody to any other office, just be sure that this person can perform or can even make noise which is positive to help the people of Kenya.
And what do you want to tell the people of Gusiland?
The people of Gusiland, we want to tell them thank you so much because tulisaliwa hapo, sisi tunatoka upande ya Kisii lakini tumekuja Nairobi, tunafanya kazi Nairobi na we want to have a very peaceful campaign. Hata Matiangi akisimama akikuwa president, asikuwe president, let us have a peaceful campaign. Na any other candidate coming to your place, according to the respect they want, because everybody has got a right to campaign everywhere. So that at least kama Matiangi anachukua ni sawa, kama His Excellency anarudi ni sawa, because we want a peaceful country whereby every leader is elected on a very peaceful platform.
And as we finish, what do you want to advise the Gen Zs and also the Kenyans?
The Gen Zs of this country, of this Kenya, of this republic, we love you. You are educated. You have known everything that you wanted to know. But there are two things you don't know. You need to be guided and you need to be advised. You have the energy and you have the education. Get it right from people who have got experience so that you are guided. This country remains your country. We are the outgoing generation. You are the incoming. You can't be an incoming generation without experience. So the Gen Zs, I want you to have a peaceful campaign. Support whoever you think carries your vision. But be guided and be advised. That one will help you because like even in a family, your father can be a farmer. You have graduated from a university, but you don't have experience like your father. So respect those who are there, ask them for advice, they will guide you and you will go far. Because this country needs people who are young and energetic and who have got at least some span of years to live.
And the last thing you want to say to the people who are becoming upcoming and also the ones who are in the seat already?
Those who are upcoming, like now the senatorial position in Nairobi, we welcome everybody to come on board. Let them come, we square it equally. We see our candidature, the electorate will check and see who is best for us. And even the Gen Zs who are going for very serious positions, we welcome them. We will even advise them, tuwashike mkono, tuwasaidie, so that at least we mix. But let them not complain that the Gen Zs were nowhere. If you don't come out, nobody will know you. Bring your candidature, let us scrutinize it. Even if you don't have experience, there is some experience we will build, and you will build from, because after graduation, you can't ask somebody to have an experience. He has not been anywhere. Yeah. So, tupa hiyo miguu, tupa mkono yako, leta certificate weka kwa uwanja, ambia watu na mimi ni kiongozi, nipatie nafasi. You will be supported so that we get some few Gen Zs in the system. By now going to train them, we will be changing the narrative like, this government iko na wazee peke yao. Wazee tuko na experience, yes, but then again our kids also needs to come in because future leaders would have to be built today, not tomorrow.
There's this mentality whereby young people could say that they don't want people who are from the generation of President Moi, President Kenyatta at some point. What can you maybe enlighten people over this, because they do believe that they cannot believe in anybody who can become a leader from those generations? That's why at some point they saw that Matiangi is a little bit different from those people.
If you look at the elections in the US,
yes,
how old is Trump? How old is Trump? And is Trump leading Gen Zs? Does Trump have the young generations in that country? Did they vote for him? Even in our country, it's not different. There are those leaders in position lead this country.
yes.
There are those Gen Zs who are mature enough to be given positions in any other department of government, be ministers, be CSs, and do very well. The only thing which is missing in our Kenyan politics is the platform and the level playing field for Gen Zs, so that they can get a chance to also exercise their potential. They have a lot of potential, but most of them, they are not given a window where to exercise whatever they know.
And what can you say about those people who believe that somebody like Matiangi is just a puppet to the former president Uhuru Kenyatta?
Always you will be associated to someone.
Yes.
Like me now, they might even say that I'm coming in because Matiangi is coming in from Kisii.
Yes.
I'm just saying, I started my ambitions 2012, 2013 onwards up to date. By then Matiangi was nowhere. When Matiangi was elected in the university, I was still in Nairobi. I was still working. So what we can say is you will not be completely disassociated. But if you have the best, come forward. Gen Zs, this is your chance. Next time we are not there, the Gen Zs will have to tell a story like, I have worked here, I've worked there. You have to study somewhere. So me, I'm welcoming them even when I will be traversing in Nairobi. I want Gen Zs to come to my campaigns. I want them to come and question my candidature. I want them to come and work with me so that I nurture most of them. Like I am proudly a person who can say I nurtured even Honorable Simbarati, Akina Petrus Kwamboka. I've nurtured these people and those are the results. So I'm proud. Let them come join the campaign, but let us be peaceful and respectful.
You are an incoming senator of this county, Nairobi. What do you really think you can maybe tell those individuals who belong to Nairobi County, at least that you are going to be a little bit different as compared to the previous senators?
I want to tell my Nairobians, welcome me with your two hands. Welcome me, I'm coming. I will be accessible. I will be an accessible leader who will be accessing all the counties, or the 40 or the 85 wards, and I will also be accessed. Feel free to access me. And most people, they know me. They know me as chairman of my Mutembei. They will always see me on the road. They always say hi. So I'm not a hidden person. I'm always accessible. I will bring them the services that they need. I will be accessing every corner of this. All those groups we have formed, it's not that we formed them on the moon. We formed them because we are accessing the ground. We are talking to the mothers, we are talking to the single ladies, we are talking to the orphans, and that is how we make them. Because we always advise them that once they are in groups, they can always be assisted very easily, more than when they are working on an individual basis. So what I'm bringing different is equal representation to the Nairobians and accessibility, electorate to the people whom they have elected, and that is my purpose.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.